We've got our chicken breast here, some olive oil. This is chicken broth, fresh cut mango, green onion, limes, our house seasoning mix, and then we have our jerk seasoning. When seasoning this chicken, make sure that you are very generous with the seasoning. My jerk blend is basically just herbs and spices, so it's just very flavorful. I go in and I also use my salt and pepper blend there that I have, and I'm just rubbing all that seasoning into the chicken before we sear it so it can be full of flavor. Just rub it all into the cracks and crevices of the chicken so that you don't miss anything and everything is seasoned. Go ahead and pour that chicken broth into your crock pot so it can heat up while we sear this chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and add my olive oil to my already hot pan that I have here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sear my chicken for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. You're not looking to cook the whole chicken breast through because we're going to get ready to put them in the crock pot, so just a nice sear. It's been about 4 minutes and we are just flipping this chicken over, and we are going to sear the other side till it has a nice golden sear, just like these chicken breasts do here. The chicken breasts are done. We're going to take those right out the pan and we're going to put those into our chicken broth that we already start heating up over here in the crock pot. Okay, so we have our chicken already in here, our chicken broth, and I'm just squeezing our fresh lime right over the chicken here, as well as the lime. I'm gonna go ahead and add our fresh mango, and then we're gonna add our green onion. Now this is all set. We're gonna cook this for about 2.5 hours or until you are able to shred the chicken. That was a little more of my jerk seasoning as well that I had there. So our chicken has cooked for 2.5 hours now, and you see how fork tender that is. You should be able to just shred it just with your fork. It should just fall right apart when it's done and it's ready. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish shredding that and we'll be all set. All of the chicken is shredded, and this is what we are going to be using for our jerk chicken mango wraps. These are the ingredients I'm going to be using for the wrap. That was some more fresh mango. I have tomato, my shredded chicken, some spinach wrap, and some sun-dried tomato wraps. We've got some cayenne pepper, carrots, bacon bits, Parmesan cheese, onion, red peppers, as well as a little slaw mix. Now that we have got all our hard work out the way with our chicken, we are simply gonna stuff our wraps with all the ingredients that I previously showed you. Now, you don't necessarily need to use all those ingredients. You can modify this any way that you like and use what you have on hand or use what you like. But what I will say is that I definitely use something crunchy like the cabbage mix that I'm using here because it gives it a nice texture, as well as the mango because that was kind of a staple in this specific recipe. But all the rest of the things that I'm using in here are my preference. You can alter those however you would like. So we're just going to continue adding all of our ingredients into our wrap. You want to be sure not to overstuff it, especially when you're using as many ingredients as I am in here. You just want to use a little bit of everything. So we're going to go ahead and finish that, and then we're just going to roll it up. We have everything in our wraps. If you see, I added a little ranch and a little cayenne pepper right on top of there. Those are completely optional. You don't have to add those if you don't like them. So when we are going to roll these, you want to stuff all the ingredients in there as tight as you possibly can. You want to get everything kind of in the center so that you can fold this up just like you would do a burrito. Now, if you see how I do this, I fold it right over and then I pull it as tight as I can get it so that the wrap is nice and snug and it doesn't fall apart when we go to put it on the grill. You want to tuck those sides in just as I'm doing. Just tuck all those good ingredients right in there. And then we are just going to roll this baby up. I am spraying my George Foreman with a little oil because that's where I'm going to cook mine. You could easily use a pan. I mean, look at this. Mine is super old, but I use this thing daily because it's still working. So I'm just going to place those on there and grill them for 2 to 3 minutes. All right, y'all. These are what they look like after being grilled. I have grilled all my wraps and I'm just going to cut one of these open just so you can see what we have going on in here. Look how nice that came out. So flavorful. So many things going on in there. Thank you so much for cooking stuff with Starla McGee. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube as well as my Instagram. And I will see you next time.